Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me Anna with you here, and today we are on our lovely Albiers beach. The beach is quite stormy today and the sea as well, but still it's very nice and sunny. And we are here today to discuss the latest news from Spain, the situation update and everything what is going on in general. By the way, starting from today, it's officially autumn time here in Spain. And even since yesterday, we already have noticed quite a big decrease in temperatures. So autumn is already here. As for the situation, everything is still getting better. Everything is looking very good. And for the last 24 hours, we have been notified 2,450 new cases. We were very happy when we were told like it's 4,000, 3,000, and right now it's getting up to 2,000 already, which is just amazing. And the index is also getting lower and it's decreasing. Yesterday it was 78 per every 100,000 people, which is just nothing in terms of the percentage rate if you check it. But we use this index to see what kind of situation there is here and if it's necessary to input some new restrictions or measures in place. All the autonomic regions here in Spain, they are in a medium risk right now, including our Valencian region, which is just this close to get to the low risk. The only one in the new normality is Asturias right now. And two autonomic cities, which are Ceuta and Melilla, they are in a high risk still. But like all autonomic regions here in general on our side are in medium risk. I also want to say that the situation in hospitals and ICU units is getting better as well, which allows the hospitals and primary care units, clinics, consultations to more or less get back to normal, and there are no such huge queues to visit the doctor. Right now, for example, if you would call today, they would give you a time for like probably either Friday or next week on Monday. So the waiting time is not as big, at least right here in our area. In bigger cities, it might be slightly more than that. Also want to say that we are basically a few days from entering the second half of the desescalate here in the Valencian region. What we will do basically is, right now it's the first part, so government is checking how all the things will be going, if the amount of cases will still continue to decrease, and they want by the beginning of the second phase of a desescalate to be in a low risk already. If that's not going to be the case, well, probably they will still continue with all their plan, master plan from the government. But if maybe not, we don't know what will be happening just yet. The second phase basically is to adjust the timetables and eliminate some more restrictions in terms of occupancy and in terms of opening of specific areas like hosteleria, bars, nightclubs, restaurants, and things like this. Also on the 30th September, more or less, maybe a few days before that date, the government will recheck all the restrictions in terms of traveling. And what the government's plan is, basically ideal case scenario is so that they would allow everyone to travel, but with the vaccination or with the PCR code like test or with the fast testing systems, official ones. But everything depends on the European Union. You know, there are some countries of European Union that just do what they feel is the best for them and for their economic situation. What they do is they allow, independently of European Union, they allow a lot more people to come. They put their own rules, but Spain is basically playing under the rules of European Union. They do not decide anything at all by themselves. They always wait on what European Union will tell them to do. And this is because they are receiving a lot of money from European Union Congress. They're receiving a lot like economic help for the country. So basically they just need to listen what they've been told to do and do the same thing as the overall European Union does. This is the thing. But I mean, for British tourism, it's still a great news because you don't need to do as much testing as it was before, no quarantine. So a lot of people are coming to our region, by the way. Right now, the bookings from Great Britain, they are increasing in a lot of the hotels. Like before, it was 150 people, for example, in a hotel on a daily basis. And right now, it jumped up until 300. So this is a great news for a lot of businesses in here, for a lot of people who are working in hotels, in bars and restaurants, nightlife, like all the tourism sector in general has benefits from all this, from people coming, even though it's already autumn here in our region. As for the rest of the countries, for example, US, like United States, they've been out of the green list for a while already, and we don't know whether they will get back into it or they will be considered as any other third country with a high risk, and there'll be some limitations for them as well. We will know slightly more at the end of September towards the new normality, and we will know if there's going to be some more tourism here or if it's going to be as calm as it is right now in our area. Also want to say a very interesting thing that I've just read yesterday late at night. And remember when we were talking about the problem that we've had at the end of June with... Whoop! Okay, that's close. Some of you told me once that some of the days I won't be that lucky and I will be basically with soaking wet with all the waves hitting the coast because I'm always too close to the water. Well, today it might be the case. Today you might be lucky to see it. Hopefully not, but it came literally like 1.5 meters from me. So today might be the funny video right here. What I wanted to say is that on the 30th of June, when our school year has finished, there were a lot of illegal getaways of students towards the islands of Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, Formentera, and a lot of people were going with a ferry that took them from Denia towards the islands with a ferry. So what happened there is that it wasn't really, it was kind of a forbidden thing to do, okay? There were no celebrations allowed, but a lot of teachers, a lot of parents still organized it, and as a result, there were thousands and thousands of confirmed cases, and this is why we had such a huge wave and increase in cases back then in summer. Suddenly, no one expected that, but it just came. And a lot of the organizations, what they did is they just put these students on quarantine, obligatory quarantine inside of the hotels. They were not allowed to leave their room, and they had to stay there like for 10 days, more or less. And then they had to make another test, and if everything's fine, they just went back to their usual region where they live. So all the people, all the families, some of them were kind of okay with it, but other families were just thinking that it's too much, it's excessive, and that they didn't have any right to lock their children down. And only now, basically at the end of September, which is like July, August, September, 3 months from then already have passed almost, okay, more or less. And only now the Supreme Court of Balearic Islands has given the right to the hotels and towards the organization and said that, yes, what you did was totally legal, and in this situation you could have locked them down because the situation was quite extreme. So a lot of parents, they put demands, like they went to court to basically file for the organizations that they did it illegally, but right now, of course, they will not going to win because the hotels were right, the government of Balearic Islands was right, and they did the correct thing. Either some people like it or not, but it was just a true madness, I want to say. It was just very, very crazy. It was a bad situation. Like there was thousands of students without a mask, without social distancing, that just spread these cases throughout all the entire Spain. We've had like 50,000 cases a day. It was just giant wave, you know, that hit us very hard, and this is why we had to put some more restrictions on traveling. But right now we are better, and probably next year they're not going to repeat the same mistake again, knowing what might happen. This is basically the situation for today. There is a man here going with a metal detector. I'm just going to try and show him to you. Just give me 1 second. So I've put you front camera right now. And you can actually see that there is a man just looking for some treasure hunting right here. Because there are a lot of people that were still swimming. People lose rings, earrings, like necklaces, like a lot of bunch of things that they bring to the beach. Although we shouldn't, but I mean, sometimes they see like very, very nice treasures in here, which will make their day. And this is what he's doing here. He's the only one, I think, who does it here in Spain and Benidorm. There are some more people with the metal detectors, but here he's the only one who does it. The second news that I wanted to discuss with you all is basically what's happening with the economic situation here. And actually we were able to see and hear a few official presentations of the ministers of the economy and press conferences where they basically said that Spain is recovering. The recovery has started and is getting quite stronger and stronger each day. We will see what's going to be happening in autumn and winter time, because usually like all the temporary contracts in terms of tourism, they end up by that date. So we'll see. But as for now, they say that the economic situation in the whole country is getting better. And they even think that the economy will increase by 7% until mid next year, 2022. Before, a lot of independent analysts, they said basically that Spain will not recover itself by 2023, 2024. But now they say that up until 2022, so like 1 more year we will need to be able to recover. What is happening in terms of the employment here, which is very interesting news, and it's a lot of people want to know what's happening, especially if they want to come here to Spain to work, or they have some family members living here which are interested in employment and actively searching for one. So the employment basically is getting better. I've been checking and monitoring the situation on the websites like Info Jobs, which is very popular here for job seekers. And I've actually seen that there are some more and more advertisements, new ones coming up to the website each day. Right now, for the day of today, I've seen 47,000 advertisements in general throughout all Spain. It's not a lot, but it's more than we've had a few months ago, and it's more than we've had last year. So it's kind of getting better. They say that very shortly, probably before this winter even comes, the amount of people working will be approximately the same as it was during pre-pandemics. I've checked the advertisements as well, and I must say that more or less it's the same as we've had before. The salary, like the monthly wage, is more or less the same. The conditions might be slightly worse in terms of like working hours, or in terms of it's a temporary or fixed contract already. So like in this case, this is like the difference. But there are some workplaces, there are some jobs here, and people who want to find a job, they will find it. Doesn't matter which kind of job it is. Of course, if you want like the job according to your profession, then it might be slightly more difficult if you're looking for something very, very specific. But if you don't mind to work at anything, then there are some jobs in here, and people are searching for workers. Employers are searching for them. You just need to have a will and the desire to work at any kind of thing if you need it for your family or for yourself. The last news, very interesting, is coming from all those companies who are right now battling. They are like titans battle, you know, between a few companies. There are 4 of them more or less that are working in a delivery. We have a few, which is Glovo. It's like the most, it's not only food delivery, we're talking about supermarkets delivery and stuff like that. It's Glovo, I have it here, it's Dija, Getir and Gorillas. Gorillas, we've talked about them already. That's a new emerging company here in Spain that started only at one town, but right now it's spreading like throughout all the Spain as crazy. And they are trying to offer the home delivery of supermarket products, groceries, whatever you need, in a maximum of 10 minutes time. how they do it basically. I thought that was impossible. I've checked, I've investigated, and it seems to be that they have more than 2,000 points everywhere in Spain, and in different parts of the city, especially if it's like a big city. And what they do is they have like underground supermarkets with more than 2,000 products, hygiene, like cleaning, groceries, fresh products, frozen ones, etc., drinks, like a mini supermarket, you know, with all the basic needs. So what they do is they, as soon as they receive an offer, they contact with the closest supermarket towards your place, and from there they go with a bike, with e-scooter, electric bike, like electric something, and they deliver it to you in less than 10 minutes. Like, how cool is that? But they are working very hard, because a lot of companies, like new emerging companies right now, they have it very difficult, just because, well, it's not the best situation, it's not the easiest situation. They have, like these companies, they have the majority like of the market of all these deliveries, so it's very hard to get into it right now, but a lot of people are still trying. New companies are emerging, and they are just trying to get this warm, best place under the sun and be the best ones in the service that they provide. Here in our area we have Gorillas, and we do have Globo. The other ones, they did not get up until here just yet to Benidorm, but maybe they will in the nearest future. They also are continuously searching for workers. Right now they have to do contracts by law. So if some of you are working here, and if you want to change to the job, if you want to work in a home delivery, you could apply to these companies, because these are the ones who basically are offering a lot of job positions right now. It kind of seems that they are never with enough employees in their position. They always need more and more and more to be able to offer the fastest and the best quality service. So bear that in mind if you know of someone who's seeking for a job. At least some certain amount of money that person will be able to earn, which is the most important thing. Just provide with the basics, at least during these still slightly difficult times. What about the weather here in Spain? Well, a lot of regions here in Mediterranean area and north parts of Spain, they were suffering due to heavy rain and storms. Here in our area just rained quite a lot the previous night, not this one but the night before. And that's it. From then we did have some clouds, but today, like, there are some clouds right there on the mountains, as it usually is here in the area, but not more than that. There is a strong wind today, as you could have seen already, but not more than that. People are still enjoying themselves on the beach, and it's still slightly warm. It's not the same. It's like, I would say 26 degrees, maybe 25, 26. It's not 30. But we are almost at October, so these are just normal temperatures for this time of the year. What's going to be happening in the next few days? Well, next few days, by weekend, it should be fine. There might be some slight rain still on the north parts, but here in our area it should not be raining, although it says that it will be quite stormy. There might be some more clouds, and there might be some storm every now and then, some lightning in the sky, but should not be raining. At least that's what the meteorologists say as for now. What about the temperature? As you can see on this picture, temperatures are quite mild right now. They're not as high as they were before, obviously, due to the rain and due to autumn coming to our lovely sunny country. And on the north part, of course, it's going to be the coldest today. The warmest will be, as usual, Mediterranean area and south part of Spain. Here in Benidorm, more or less, it will be 27, 28, although the real feel will be approximately the same as well. It's not summer anymore, so right now in winter, even though the temperatures will say like it's 26 degrees, but once the humidity will start to rise, the real feel will be a lot lower than that. 28 more or less today in here. In Alicante it's going to be the same, 28 degrees. In Barcelona going to be 25, 26. In Madrid also 22, 23 more or less. Depends on the time of the day, but these are the maximum temperatures. In Murcia will be warm, the same as here. Balearic Islands today will have a slightly lower temperature, approximately 25, 27 degrees. Canarian Islands the same, 25, 27. And in Malaga it will be 25, 26. In Sevilla, 27, 28 degrees. The kind of summer weather still continues because we do have a lot of sunshine. It's still nice to stay outside like in a light blouse or a t-shirt. Although we, for example, those who live here in Spain, we already wear like closed shoes, although out of fabrics, not like winter or true autumn shoes, but still closed ones, because for us, wearing summer slippers and stuff like that, it's slightly already too cold. There are still some tourists that are enjoying their day here on the beach, so everything is flowing, everything is okay. We're very positive about what's expecting us in autumn and winter, because things might get a lot better, and especially for the holidays, for the fiestas that we usually have here in Benidorm. Let's hope they will still continue and they will not be cancelled. Looking at the situation right now, it kind of seems that we will be able to get some of the celebration in here. These were all the news for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching them. If you did, don't forget to click a like, activate the notifications bell, and subscribe to the channel so that you wouldn't miss all the latest interesting videos from our lovely sunny country and our favorite town of Benidorm. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!